Man, these playoffs are fun. So fun that I'm here to talk about it myself because Jason Rubin, sunning himself, I'm saying sunning myself, redding himself. He's redding himself. He's getting red. He's like me. He's almost got that Scottish in him. He's going to be burnt to a crisp in Mexico. And the funny thing is, he said he was on a social media blackout, but he's still posting on Instagram. I'm pretty sure that's social media, Jason. But either way, my eyes were glued to the screen last night watching the Spurs versus the Grizzlies. A series most people expected to not be as exciting. A very physical Grizzlies team up against a very mechanical Spurs team who are expected to take care of business. But it turned out to be a phenomenal series throughout. But it came down to, simply put, one thing, and that's how clutch and experienced the San Antonio Spurs are. Kawhi Leonard is undoubtedly one of the best players in the NBA. We don't need to reiterate the same point that everyone knows, but last night showcased it again with a Tony Parker rolling back the years. Kawhi Leonard, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Tony Parker, 27 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. When you see Tony Parker trending, you think to yourself, oh, not again, Tony. You didn't do something. You didn't go out and cheat on Eva Longoria. It was Eva Longoria. It was Eva Longoria. Never forget. Never, ever forget about that. Who does that? Who does that? Either way, he had a phenomenal game last night. LaMarcus Aldridge with 17 points. They closed out Game 5 with a 10-0 run, showcasing that, yeah, the Grizzlies kept up with them for large parts of the game, really causing problems. The Grizzlies, under the guidance of phenomenal talent like Mike Conley, are able to consistently compete with teams like the Spurs. And you got to give credit to them. They forced this series beyond what many people expected. But the Spurs are clutch. They've been there, they've done it. Kawhi Leonard is a player that, along with the system that was revolved around the Ginobilis, the Tim Duncans, the Tony Parkers, he's grew with this team. And now he's the main man. He's just, I can't really speak highly enough of him. It goes hand in hand with the idea that he's a very humble individual. He'll never get the respect of the LeBron Jameses, of the Kevin Durants, because, or maybe not even Kevin Durant's, the LeBron Jameses and the Steph Currys of the world, because he's not that outlandish figure that goes along with his talent. But he's a remarkable player and he's going to cause a problem. This Spurs team, we'll see how the series pans out as they move forward, but I think we're destined for a Spurs Golden State Warriors Western Conference Finals, and I think it's going to be one to watch. They've flown under the radar. Last year they were consistently disregarded despite having one of the best records in a regular season that you'll see, because Golden State Warriors were able to obtain the record. So they just kind of were going side by side. They were like, okay, Golden State Warriors can take the record, but we're happy to just consistently do what we do best. And I think that what you're seeing now, specifically LaMarcus Aldridge, add 17 points, 12 rebounds in this game, is this is where LaMarcus Aldridge comes to life. You remember last season, many people were talking, is he clicking with the Spurs? Is he really buying into Pop's system? Is he able to handle the fact that he's not maybe the main man, because we know he was in Portland, and then he goes in and drops 40 points, 30 points in the NBA playoffs last year. And I think this season, with another season under his belt, under Pop's system, watch out. He's going to be remarkable as we move forward. So yeah, they closed out with a 15-4 run. And then moving over to the Bucks and the Raptors. The Raptors took care of business. They forced Giannis to the line quite a lot in the final quarter, and Giannis was 7 for 13. And as Jason Rubin says, I'm sure he's echoing someone in here, make your free throws. And all right, we'll hold our hands up. Well, I'll hold one hand up, and Jason's going to hold up too, because after Game 3, when the Bucks crushed the Raptors, we doubted them. And to be honest, it didn't look like the Raptors were going to figure things out in time, especially up against the Bucks team that were young and hungry, led by a monstrous point guard. But they figured things out. I think coaching-wise, they realized that when they're able to play small up against a team, despite the size disadvantage, no one can really keep up with them when they're able to get hot and continuously play. So we'll give some credit back towards the Raptors. I think that this is the best thing that they could have potentially went through. They overcome some adversity early on. Now they look good. And they come up against the Bucks team that consistently were hitting them towards the end of the fourth quarter, trying to get back into the game. But they remain strong. They showed experience. So we give you credit, Raptors. Jason, I'm sure, is giving you credit somewhere from his bedside pool party. And despite the fact he'll come back and say that he thought the Raptors were going to win all along, even though I'm pretty sure he said he thought it was going to be the Bucks in 7. But maybe that's just him. So it really depends how things pan out. As we know, the Celtics play the Bulls tonight, Game 6. There's a report that came out from Yahoo Sports, Isaiah Thomas to leave after tonight's game to attend his sister's funeral. So he's been demonstrating some remarkable courage, some remarkable charisma to be able to continuously play very well through this series despite facing easily one of the most horrific tragedies anyone could ever imagine. So if Chicago Bulls win, forces a Game 7, it will be in Boston on Sunday, so we'll see how things pan out. But I hope that I did Jason Rubin some justice here, and I showcased that I can handle this on my own. I can handle the rock. There is no problem here. So Jason, you have at it in Cabo. You take it easy on your banana hammock, which I'm probably sure you're wearing one. And make sure to come back as we recap more of the NBA playoffs as we move forward. Spurs take care of business. Raptors take care of business. Game 6 tonight for the Bulls and the Celtics. We'll see how things go. Francis M. Maxwell on Twitter. Changed my username, team. And what happened? They took my blue tick. They just took it. I'm asking for it back. They're going to wait, verify it, and then give me it back. But at the moment, I'm an unverified TYT Sports host. People won't even look at me the same way. The barista at Starbucks wrote, "Not the real Francis Maxwell" on my cup.